I just saw Springsteen deliver me from nowhere. Here are my thoughts. So I've been a big Bruce fan all of my life. You know, love Jeremy Allen White, love The Bear. So I was pretty excited for this. The trailers looked amazing. There's 17 times I've seen them in theaters. But let's just get into my thoughts. So I'll start with some negatives. There wasn't enough music. Like, they didn't play a single song all the way through. Just like 15-second snippets. You know, even the most beautiful songs on the album. One thing I did like about the music is that when they showed Suicide by Suicide. If you haven't heard this, you gotta listen now, especially if you're from my other rap channel. Y'all love experimental music there. But yeah, I knew this album because it inspired Bruce, and it was kind of like a cool Easter egg. It influenced Nebraska, and that was one of the best parts. And another best part about the movie was that E Street performance of Born to Run in the beginning. I would have loved to see more of performing. I know that wasn't the main aspect of the movie, but would have loved to see that. So there were certain like steps this movie took to separate itself from other biopics, like not forcing itself to make Bruce look like the best guy ever, like not shying away from his like depression and all that. And also for movies in general, when a character ages, they don't usually show it. In this, they did. Like Stephen Graham looked like a totally different person 20 years later. Like it wasn't Shawshank Redemption or The Bronx Tale where they didn't age. But even with those like certain steps, it's still kind of your typical musician biopic that comes out around this time. Nothing against them, like I enjoy the biopics, but it still finds the same plot holes that something like Bo Rat did. But like I love this new trend of all the new up-and-comers, like young actors, like being in musician biopics. Like 10 years ago, they were all in superhero movies. Then it was, I don't know what it was before that, but like Chalamet's Bob Dylan, Austin Butler's Elvis, Jeremy Allen White is Bruce, and we're only missing Glenn Powell. Maybe he could play like Diddy. So like as for Bruce's trauma, like I think they kind of barely showed it. Like for a movie about depression, it wasn't like for example, like from what we saw of his dad, which was the supposed emotional climax of the whole movie, for the average like listener, or I mean the average watcher that doesn't know a lot about Bruce, it doesn't really show much. Like if you've read the books and you're like, oh, this is like I know the whole backstory, but they could have shown more. And when he did see his father, like later in life, and they showed him, it was that was the emotional climax in saying they didn't really build up to it enough. But it's fine, you know. Like that happens a lot in this movie where you got to know some of the backstory for it to make sense. But like my theater was packed. I was surprised about this. It was like the biggest screen in the theater. Well, like it was packed with older people, obviously, but still pretty much sold out nonetheless. I do think that because it was like that type of people, like they know about Bruce and they know that like the whole backstory, but you know. So at the end, like instead of showing actual pictures of the real people like normal biopics do, they just showed text of what happened, because we all know like who the people are. And I did find out later that it's probably because his girlfriend in the movie Faye is fictional. So pretty surprised. I guess she's like an amalgamation of a bunch of different people. Like what really made me laugh in the text they showed at the end, they're like, oh, that Shelf song actually became Born in the USA. And they expected us to be all shocked and surprised, but it's like, it's not fucking shocking. Like the song that goes Born in the USA is Born in the USA, like big surprise. Yeah, so acting wise, Jeremy Allen White was good. He wasn't like amazing or anything, but he was really good. He sounded like Bruce singing, but I could still tell when it was him and when it was really Bruce singing. But like, I mean, he did the best he could. He did the best anyone could. And when he was talking, he sounded like him, but he still had the same mannerisms that he did in like Shameless or The Bear, so could have switched that a little more. Also, what's his name? Jeremy Strong? Dude, he was great. I think this might be like the first or second thing I've ever seen him in. I can't wait for him to play Zuckerberg, man. But anyway, it's a pretty average biopic. Nothing special. It's only special because the album it's talking about is special. I like this time period that was chosen. I like that it wasn't just his whole life. I did find out that Paul Mescal was in the running to play him. I think that would have been interesting. And it was playing McCartney now, but he definitely looks more like him, I'll say that. And like throughout this, like the kid version of Bruce, that actor, he looks more like Bruce than Jeremy Allen White did. But if they're gonna do that, just make the kid look like Jeremy Allen White, because it kind of takes out of it, because it's clearly not the same person. But yeah, average biopic. I love Bruce though. I love Nebraska. So Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. It's a 7 out of 10. So if you guys saw this, let me know what you think. And the verdict is I do recommend it if you love Bruce. So peace out.